Hello, this is Christos, and this is my game for class 490, network game programming. As you can see, I changed the interface for the game. The original screen is here, plus I added that it's a network edition by me. Um, I added the menu system from the network state management example. It's actually pretty easy to use, and it offers everything I wanted. I added an extra menu input, which is the help screen, which leads to the controls we're using, and the credit screen, which basically shows who's responsible for the game. And if you leave it running, it leads to my Bluetooth paper, which is 10 pages long. Along with that, you can go in and out these menus by using the gamepad or the keyboard. If we, for example, were to exit now, we just hit back and we can exit. I have the live system in. I'm guessing you can try and play with it, but I wouldn't recommend it because I haven't fully tested it yet, and I don't have a live account to like go navigate through it. But you can create a new account and everything else. Focused more on the local game and the system link. I will demonstrate the local game just for a fast impression of the game. So basically, player 1 moves with either the gamepad or WASD. So player 2 moves with the arrow keys. And let's try and kill player 1 there for a second. It's fairly simple. The timer that I have running is an internal timer for the game. Here we kill player 1 to win the game with player 2 because he does never win. And the more the game progresses, for example, if we kill him now, the game will reset. It says that we won. I will win the game with player 1 because we can't do it. It's not a big deal. If I had more, I guess if I had more time, this quarter was weird. I could have probably implemented box 2D and made this game a lot smoother because the control feels kind of unnatural. It feels like it's floaty, kinda, and there are a lot of issues with collisions, mostly at weird spots. Like if I hit one of the fences, sometimes I get stuck. So player 1 wins here, and the game keeps resetting and resetting. If I hit pause with start button, I can resume or quit. We're quitting because we don't want to play local anymore. And here's the system link. System link, I implemented the full thing. It basically, in the beginning, it searches, it creates a session or finds a session. It's basically the same system that was used in the example. So we can create a session ourselves, and as you can see, we're the only ones here. And I even created a dummy player just in case I want to start playing at any point during this, like to test stuff. I'll do a quick run for you to see the. So here's the game with only one player though. So basically, player 2 cannot be used at this point. As you can see underneath, I got outside the screen, I got settings for network simulation and everything else that is needed for prediction. And the way I'm doing this, because later it will be tougher to speak because when you speak and you're connected with another account, you can hear each other, so it kind of like echoes. The thing is that I keep updating the network process, and I'm sending packages from the host to the other players. I basically hardwired it for 2 players at this point because it was kind of annoying to have more. And what it does, there are 3 kinds of packages that are being sent back and forth. One is about the player's position, rotation, and velocity, which is basically a navigation for the ship. Then we sent that. Basically, there are 2 queues, the input and the output queue. The input queue is only used to update the remote player. I didn't want to implement it for the local player because that was probably. I mean, I could do it, but the local player was updating perfectly as it was. and I didn't want to add more load to that. So basically, the input queue uh, kind of unfolds all the packages I sent with my output queue. I send my output queue packages like 3 times during an update because there are 3 types of packages. There's one about game states. When a game state change occurs, I immediately trigger a send package over the network. And I empty the queue at this point because some packages really need to go, like a fire and the laser, and or a lay in a mine, or a player winning. And at the same time, there's a package, like I said, which controls the position, rotation, and everything else for the ship, and it displays that to the remote player. The third package, which was the last one I added, is kind of a fixing package. So basically, it sends from the server to the clients. It sends all the kills, deaths, and wins for all the players. It's kind of like a mechanism to keep everyone in track, so that people cannot change the counts and everything, and the game doesn't bug, and everyone is playing the same game. I added the network simulation and prediction and smoothing according to the example from the XNA database. It kind of is working. It needs a bit more work, I guess. We'll find time during the next few days to kind of like finish it up. Here we can go back to the lobby if we want to. Can re-enter a game. As you can see, the ready count is up there. We can still pause the game again, resume it, end session, which leads us to the main menu. For the next part of the for the presentation, I will have a small game played. Can you log in? Yep. Thanks. So I'm hosting, by the way. So basically, here I create a session, and I will wait for my roommate to log into the game. And as you will be able to see during our presence at the lobby, we can speak to each other, and there's a voice transfer, which is pretty cool, and it keeps occurring during the game, which makes it even cooler. The game basically, you can play the game from the gamepad if you're the host, or from the keyboard. And as you can see here, it plays pretty smoothly. I kind of lose a lot, but it's still fun. We can change the settings during the game. Here, I increase the packet loss, as you can see. And at this point, we're sending 10 packages only per frame. So I killed him there, and I didn't even see it. So let's increase the packets we sent. Here, the game's a bit smoother. If packet loss is at 0, see, the game is pretty smooth. And now we're almost there, and I'm gonna die, and it sucks. And there you go, we won. The game is gonna keep going on. Like I said, prediction and smoothing are there. They're not 100%. Smoothing is working perfectly. It's slurping and everything. Prediction kind of glitches a bit. I need to get better calculations in, I guess. But the game runs pretty smoothly. Per 2-1. Let's get some more packet loss in there. Here, the game is running at its worst kind of like outcome. As you can see, sometimes it doesn't update the wall collisions, but it's running at its worst, and it's still playable, like totally. So I killed him there without seeing it's part of, yeah, and player 2-1. And the time's running out, so this is my game. I will update this video as soon as I'm done with more properties.